guys, welcome back to my channel and another Topic Tuesday here. Today's topic is your favorite cream in every color of the rainbow. Now, I know I do have my color series here and I do have a playlist. I will link it up there. But since I started that playlist like 2 years ago almost, I've gotten a lot of new stuff into my collection. My tastes have, altered and my tastes kind of go like all over the place. Like I like something 1 minute and then the next minute I'm like, ew, disgusting. So things may have changed since the beginning, and those color series aren't specifically just creme polishes. So we're going to focus just on plain creams today. I spent some time and I went through my whole collection and I looked at all my cream polishes and I picked out one from each color category. So like Roy G. Biv, and then black, gray, white, and brown. I know a white, like, come on, Hillary. But it kind of made me realize I've lost touch with my cream polishes. I've been pretty much, I think, exclusively wearing fun finish. And by fun finish, I mean like shimmers, flakies, hollow, glitter, like stuff that has something mixed into it. I haven't really just worn a plain cream. And I used to pretty much only wear plain creams. So it was kind of fun to reconnect with that part of my collection, like an old friend, So let's talk about some of the most beautiful creams in my collection. And let's just go in rainbow order. I feel like I'm like talking with my hands a lot, gesticulating wildly, but it's like under the camera. So you can't see that, but I'm like moving a lot up top and it's really weird. Also, side note, I was like, I need to do my makeup for like summer before summer ends. And then I walked away looking like fall. So whoops. So first in the rainbow is red, obviously. And if you guys have been here for any length of time, not a huge red person. I don't wear a lot of reds. I am bad at removing reds. It's like my brain just stops functioning when red becomes involved. But I do think that red looks really good on me. And so I do like a good red. I just not good at reds, But I do have a favorite. And I've talked about this one several times on my channel. And this is Moxie's Truth. It used to be Essie's Forever Yummy until I got this one. And then it just kind of blew Forever Yummy out of the water. It's pretty much the only red I'll wear consistently at this juncture in my life. It looks like a candy shell. It's just so pretty. It reminds me of the type of red that women wear when they match their like lipstick to their nails. I don't know that I really have much red lipstick, but if I did, I would definitely do that matching pair because this is just such a like beautiful pop of red. But I just picture this all the time with like a fully black outfit. It just looks really classy in that way. So yeah, this is Moxie's Truth. And if you are interested in anything by Moxie, I do have a code down below in my description box for them. But this is not what the bottle looks like anymore. They have a lot like nicer bottle where it's far more square. It's a little bit bigger in size and the cap is now white. Next we have a pink, and this is ILNP's 2-piece. And this one will not pick up on camera correctly no matter how hard I try, because it is such an eye-searing neon. Now this one I bought like kind of on accident, if you could call it that. I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink often. And I just had some soju and then I was like, I want to buy something. And I asked my friend, like, what brand should I check out that I haven't yet? And she said ILNP. So I went and I started loading up my cart. And I don't know what I thought this was. I think I thought there was like shimmer or something running through it. And I definitely didn't read the description at that point. And I bought it. And when I got it, I was like, huh, why did I buy this? And then I swatched it. And I was like, oh, that's why I bought this. I think this is probably one of the brightest plain pinks that I have. And I really like it. And it's in the old bottle, so I like it even more. Next is orange. And orange is another category that I don't have a lot of, and it's not because I feel like an aversion to it. I just don't tend to pick up a lot of oranges, even though I like the color. And I thought I would be drawn to a neon orange because I love a neon orange and like a neon yellow and just a neon anything. But I don't know if it's just like I'm feeling real fall lately, a la my makeup. But I chose Loud Lacquer's Away Game, and this is like a very, very rusty orange. It kind of looks like maybe a sweet potato orange. I don't really eat sweet potatoes ever, so I can't recall what exact tone a sweet potato is, but I feel like this is what like a sweet potato looks like. I think one of the big reasons I shied away from the neon orange is because I've been dealing with nonstop traffic in my life due to the amount of construction on the highways. And I have just seen so many bright orange traffic cones that I'm sick of it. I don't want to look at it. So I chose the kind of rustier burnt orange instead. With the yellow, kind of same as above, like I don't want to see any construction workers' bright yellow safety vest. I'm sick of the neon yellow. I'm sick of it taking 40 minutes to drive home from my office when it should only take 15. So let's go with a more fall yellow, and this is China Glaze Mustard the Courage. I have a few colors in this tone, but I find myself being like, this is the baseline for a mustard yellow. And it's just like, it's such a beautiful, beautiful fall color. I mean, you could wear it anytime, and I always say this, but I'm like, oh, it looks so good with my hair. And it reminds me of the other day, my boyfriend said the most bougie thing to me in the grocery store the other day. First of all, we don't even buy mustard, so I don't know why he said this, but he was like, I'll only eat mustard if it's from a glass jar. And I was like, what? Who raised you? Like, what is wrong with you? But that's kind of what this made me think of, because I feel like all the glass jar mustards are this color. All right, this green is the newest addition to my collection, but listen, it's the greatest green I've ever seen, and I think you guys are gonna know already what I'm talking about, but if you don't, this is Orly's Elysian Fields, which just came out in their fall collection, the Surrealist collection. I will link it up in the cards. I do have a review for the Color Pass that just came out. You can, of course, buy this from the website too, but it is the nastiest little green you ever did see, and I love it. I feel like this color has been insanely divisive. I have seen people on Instagram being like, that is disgusting, who would wear that? And then I see people like me who are just like, ooh, hard eyes all day, like, it's perfect. It's really, really swampy. So I feel like these types of greens are often an acquired taste, but especially for fall, like, I don't know, I guess I was kind of feeling very fallish with these three colors, but I just feel like these kind of dustier, rustier, swampier tones are what I want to be wearing soon. I've still got some neons that I gotta kind of get off my chest here, but like I'm really looking forward to these kinds of colors. Okay, blue is the next category, and this is where I struggled. I know that every color has its own like kind of subset of colors. Like when you look at, I don't know, red, you have like really deep oxblood reds, you have the bright cherry reds, you have, I can't think of any more reds, but it's like, you get what I'm saying. Like you could very easily break each color into multiple color categories under the same color umbrella. And I feel like I'm really only that specific when it comes to like blues and purples. I feel like I could break blue into like 900 different types of blue, and same with purple. And so it made picking these colors a lot harder, because when I look at blue, I'm like, okay, there's the royal blues, there's the baby blues, there's like kind of the lighter blues, you have the teal blues, you have like aqua. Like I could break down blue for days, but it wasn't pick your favorite blue of every single category. It was pick your favorite blue overall. So first I had to pick my favorite category, and then I was like, well, duh, Hillary, it's Tiffany blue. Like, that's obvious. And then I was like, well, okay, that makes it easy, because I have one Tiffany blue that is entirely perfect, and it is Picture Polish Tiffany. This is actually the polish that inspired me to start a channel. Like the very first video concept that I ever came up with, it's not the first one I posted, but it was the first idea that I had and started writing down, was comparing all my Tiffany blue nail polishes to see which is the most accurate. And I like pulled out like a Tiffany like bag and box, and I was like comparing all the polishes, and it's like probably a super, super rough video. I mean, all my videos are super rough, but it was really early on, back when I was a lot quieter and things like that. And this is the blue. This is the Tiffany blue. And I mean, it's aptly named. And I just love Tiffany blue. I don't know what it is. I think maybe part of it is like when I was younger, like early college, I would see like, it's a beautiful color. It's like a robin's egg blue. But then I saw this documentary about how like they trademarked the color, or like the color is like they own it or something like that. And I was like, that's insane. And I just always felt like I'm not allowed to go in that store. Like that store is not for me. I'm too poor for that store. I'm not classy enough for that store. And then my boyfriend forced me to go in, and I was just like, oh my God, everything is so beautiful and I love it all. And it's just like, ever since then, I've just been a real Tiffany girl for no reason. I like their silver, you know, I love silver. But yeah, once I narrowed down the specific blue category, picking this polish was very easy. So just like with blue, I kind of had that same like, I break down purple into like a million categories thing, but I actually already know my favorite color tone, my favorite color category when it comes to purple. And it's that kind of dark, kind of neon tone of purple. And I have like 3 of those from Orly alone. I mean, look at these. They all look, you could see the differences a little bit on camera, but I just feel like this kind of purple is my favorite kind of purple. And so from the top to the bottom, we have Make a Splash, Synthetic Symphony, and Crash the Party. And I think out of these 3, I do like Synthetic Symphony the best. This is the tone that I just am so attracted to. I'm so drawn to. It's kind of funny that they're all 3 Orly, but like, I don't know. It's just, it's not so bright that it like breaks your eyes, or like, you know, the camera picks it up pretty well, because neons notoriously pick up so badly on camera. So it's not so bright that it's like going crazy, but it's also not so dark that it ventures into like the royal purple category. It's just like this very like electric purple color, and I really love that. Okay, so now we're into our neutral territory, and the first neutral color I want to talk about is brown. When it comes to neutrals overall, I feel like a lot of my picks for neutrals are kind of more on a whim, and or like maybe more out of necessity for like nail art when it comes to like blacks and whites and things like that. But with brown, it's a color that I've more recently gotten into wearing. So my brown cream collection is not huge. And this is one I picked up on a whim. This is Karaya Polish's Cold Brew. And it's like a brown with like a purpley kind of hue to it. And they were, at the time, going on a break, and I don't think they ever came back, but everything was discounted. And so I just grabbed like kind of a handful of things, different things to try. And some of them were polishes that I probably wouldn't have bought otherwise. And this was one of them. And I'm so glad that I picked this up, because I just remember the moment I believe I had pretty long nails at the time when I wore this, and I went outside, it was like last summer, and I was like, oh my God, this is the classiest color, and I'm not the classiest person. So I just felt really, really fancy while wearing it. There's something about wearing like a brown toned nude that just, I don't know. I just feel like it goes so well with everything. I don't like nude tones that are closer to my skin tone, because I think they look creepy on me. I think it, like the mannequin hands thing freaks me out. But wearing like deeper tone nudes than my own skin tone, I think looks really, really pretty. And so this is probably one of my go-tos for something like that. For black, I don't have a lot of plain black creams, and the ones that I do are fairly inexpensive because they're from early on when I was trying to do like nail art, and I couldn't afford like the high-end fancy creams that a lot of people bought. And like, I remember the first plain black that I bought when I started getting into nail polish was a Sinful Colors, and it was either called Back to Black or Black on Black. I can't remember, but I just remember opening it up and it smelled like toxic. Like it was, the smell was so bad that it gave me a headache, and I'm not one to really get a headache from like the smell of nail polish, so it was bad. And I think that this is probably the first like nicer black polish that I bought, and this is Holo Taco's One Coat Black. And honestly, I feel like as much as people kind of rag on how many creams that Holo Taco is coming out with, this is honestly a staple for me. Like one that once this bottle is out, I will repurchase. I think I've got like half of it left. It's hard to tell with black polish just because the way no light comes through it. But this has been really good for nail art, which is what I predominantly use black for when it's just a plain black cream. I don't really wear plain black creams on their own anymore. I did a lot more when I was younger, but now I want to either layer something over it or use it in a nail art. And this has been just essential for that because it truly is a one coat black. I have like longer nails and usually they're even longer than this. And I can do one coat of this and it does what it says. It's full coverage, one coat. And when you're layering a lot of stuff, that's important. You don't want to have too many layers because your nails can start to look thick. And so this is one that I will continue to repurchase. Next is gray, and I don't know, is taupe gray? I feel like taupe is a gray, and this is a taupe polish. It's Essie's Chinchilli. You guys have heard me talk about this forever. This is the only polish that I've fully used up and repurchased. It's that good. And I'm not an Essie person. I don't like love their formula on me. It doesn't last very well on me typically, but this color is just too good. And some people it lasts really well for. I think it's just like a body chemistry thing. And my body's like Essie reject, like reject it off your nail. But there are still some Essie colors that I think it's worth it. And this is one of them. I don't like this has been my favorite gray color for so long that I just can't even imagine that another gray could ever come along and usurp this from its position, because it's just like, this is my ride or die. And the last color in like the spectrum here is white. And I wish I could just be like none, because I hate wearing white nail polish on its own. It looks like teeth. I've said this a billion times, especially when you have square nails. It looks like teeth. I don't know. It freaks me out. However, this is from the new Orly collection as well. I've never really had a color that was kind of more off-white, I think. And that's what this is. It's called Ceci n'est pas blanc, and it is a slightly off-white. It's almost like a super light gray in a way, but it is probably a color that I might wear on its own. It also feels like it would be good as a base for nail art, where I don't want it to be the super stark, vibrant white that I tend to use underneath like stamping and stuff like that. If I wanted to get like a more antique-y look, I think this would be perfect. And honestly, I feel like it matches my teeth a little bit more. So this is like my ideal teeth nails. So yeah, those are my current favorites in every single color of the rainbow, and then some colors that aren't really in the rainbow. I feel like choosing favorites is so difficult for me, and that's not just in nail polish. That's in like every facet of my life, because I just feel like it's so mood dependent. I think out of all of these, like the only one where I'm like, this will never change is Essie's Chinchilli, because it's just been my favorite for so long that I feel like it's like burned into my brain at this point that I can't like any other gray more than that one. But everything else, I'm just like, you know, like this one's my favorite for the next 5 minutes. I just love too many things, you know? It's hard to choose just one. It literally makes my boyfriend insane, because I think for the first 5 years of our relationship, I was like, I hate bacon. It's disgusting. I don't want anything to do with it. And then one day I was like, do you guys want to make like bacon sandwiches with like egg and bacon, you know? And he's like, you hate bacon. I'm like, well, not right now. And I can't get it through his head that when I say I hate something, never ever take that for face value, because I am that fickle. Be like, I hate this, I hate that. And then in 5 minutes, I'm eating the food. So let me know if you have any like ride or die favorites by color. Like I said, most of mine are fickle, but if you have one like the equivalent of like my Essie Chinchilli, where it's like, there's no way this is getting like usurped, or, you know, this is a more recent favorite, but before that, the long-standing red favorite was Essie's Forever Yummy, and that one was my favorite red for years. So if you have had like a bottle of polish where it's like your absolute favorite color, maybe you've repurchased it even, let me know in the comments. I would love to check out your faves as well. And let me know, like, do you do the same thing as me, where it's like in your brain you break down a color into like almost like multiple color categories? Because I think that some people definitely take like the teal types of blues and they put them in their own color category. And I've kind of been playing with the idea of doing that in my spreadsheet and things. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.